let's get right into the Josh Williams saga that continues. NASCAR just announced that they're going to be giving him a one-race suspension for actions that he committed on Saturday. I want to go through some more rulings that NASCAR has done over the past few years. Starting in 2010, my first example was the Atlanta race between Cup race when Carl Edwards turned Keselowski in the right rear quarter panel into the outside wall, causing him to go airborne. NASCAR, this was in the era of NASCAR, so this becomes an outlier. It was during the era of NASCAR when essentially they said, boys, have at it. The have at it era of NASCAR, where we're going to let drivers work out their differences on the track. They gave him a 3-race probation period where he essentially doesn't make any contact or cause any controversy in 3 weeks. He's back off his probation. Nothing happened. No fine, penalty, points, anything to that effect. Second example, 2015 Martinsville. Matt Kenseth, a guy that really had a lot of respect from everybody in the racing world. This guy rarely ever had any incidents on the track, was a clean racer, got fed up with Joey Logano. This led NASCAR to putting him on a 2-race suspension. Fast forward to Vegas last year. Darrell Wallace Jr., Bubba Wallace, he turns Kyle Larson at Vegas in the right rear into the wall. After this incident, he climbs out of his car and proceeds to assault a official and Larson, and he gets a 1-race suspension. Fast forward to Saturday with the Xfinity race with Josh Williams, and he gets a 1-race suspension. So he gets the same penalty as Bubba Wallace did last year. This is very controversial. NASCAR is essentially, with the ruling for Josh Williams, they are adequating attempted murder and assault and battery to illegal parking. This is not a precedent that we should be setting. Yes, I don't agree with the 3-race probation period for Edwards in 2010 or the rest of the season probation. That should have been a multi-race suspension, fine, points, everything wrapped into that. Kenseth's situation, not as egregious as Bubba Wallace, but still egregious in its own right, also deserved a 2-race suspension, should have also been money and points. This Josh Williams incident, this crime does not adequate the same level of crime committed last year in the Cup Series in Vegas. So what is NASCAR's precedent here? I guess my problem with this is I don't understand the consistency here. As NASCAR wants to say, we want to be consistent. We want everything to be black and white. We want this and this to happen if this and this happens. But everything's situational. And if we're going to, basically where they messed up last year was with that Bubba Wallace penalty. They set the bar so dang low with that penalty that essentially anything they do from here on out has to be less because how egregious that was, or it has to be likewise. But then again, then it becomes a double standard thing where somebody can go out and do absolutely all the wrong things and get the same penalty as someone that does something that might not be near as egregious.